Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I'm here today, well, to show you an Homage watch, but first I want to talk to you just briefly, and we'll get into it, and we'll talk about more while we're looking at the watch. But what are Homage watches? Homage watches, at least in the category I put them in, not copies, not fakes, of course, are watches that are meant to look like something, far more expensive. So I like to put it in the terms of getting the look for less. Because let's face it, if the watch that was being homaged was the same price as the homage itself, well, the homage wouldn't sell. Because today we're here to check out a watch that looks like a $14,000 watch from probably 10 feet away, maybe not 5 feet away, maybe 10 feet away, but costs far, far less, just a couple $100. I think it's a great deal for people that are looking for this look, if you will, but you just can't, first of all, you probably can't walk into the store and buy it anyway because they're never available. But maybe you don't want to plunk down the money for it, and this will satisfy the itch. So we'll check that out. For my own wrist check today, on one wrist, what is it? Oh, it's the Formex Legera Rose Gold Meteorite. But on the other wrist is my first new watch purchase of 2025. I actually purchased it at the end of 2024, and it just came in January 2nd. It is the Kessie Oak manga. It's done in the light of Japanese comic book sketches and stuff. I'm not a fan of the comics or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I don't care. I just love the way it looks. It is so cool how it looks like the whole thing is hand-drawn and stuff. I think that's so nifty. Anyway, let's check out the watch. So here is the watch or brand we are going to check out. They made, I would say they made history, not really, but they made quite an impact on my channel and in the store a bunch of months back when we released the DX 2057, which was a, a Submariner-looking guy, and then like a month or so later with the Henry, which looks like a Seamaster. And by the way, the Seamaster version, the Henry, is it is back in stock as I'm filming this, which is why I'm doing the video, because a lot of the stuff is coming back. However, they do have a new watch, and it is, well, it looks just like the Deep Sea, right? It is called the Duxot Atlantica Deep Dive. And this, when I saw the images, I was like, yeah, it's a good looking watch. I'm gonna get a bunch of them because I know you guys do a nice job. But honestly, until I held it in my hand, holy crumb. It is such a well-built watch and really, really heavy. 204, I don't have my notes with me. I happen to memorize this part. 240 freaking grams. But as I was saying in the opening, if you want a Deep Sea, or what is this, a Cameron, or whatever it is, they are like 14 grand. I apologize if I'm doing the names wrong. I think this is Sea Dweller, Deep Sea, whatever it's called. Again, I'm not really I don't follow this stuff, but I do know what it's supposed to be looking like. They're like 14 grand in the stainless steel. And this one is, well, here we go again with those crazy prices. Whoops, I thought I unscrewed the crown. I guess I didn't. Oh, and it's got the crystal plastic on it. There we go, it just popped. This one is an MSRP of $900, which is absolutely ridiculous. You would never pay that. However, versus the $14,000 that the real one is, maybe $900 is not so horrible. Then you've got the regular minimum advertised prices, they call it, $540, blah, blah, blah. Do away with all that garbage. I'm selling these for $269 for a limited time, but these are actually limited models. They're limited to 125 or so units each. Yeah, they all come with a card. They're limited to 125 units. I have 4 colors to share with you. As I said, obviously every video I do pretty much is a sales video. I'm trying to sell this to you. But I do want to have that conversation about Homage watches because I do think it's important enough. Beautiful 120-click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. Not everybody can afford the 14 grand or so of the real deal. And if you like the look and you want to get it, this might be a great alternative for you. So just really quick, showing you the package again. Comes with a tool. It also comes with a fitted end rubber strap. I'm not going to mount the strap onto the watch. Just go over to the website if you want. You could see what it looks like, fit it to the watch. It's really a nice polished appearance. Comes packaged in a dry box, which you'll literally never ever use. The dry box doesn't have a handle. I feel like it should. But here we go. So it's the Duxot Atlantica Deep Dive Automatic. This is with the cobalt blue dial. I'm just going to move the hands out of the way. It's running a Seiko NH35 movement. So that's going to hand wind hack 24 joules, 40 hours. Here's the sticker. Whoops. Woohoo! 24 joules, 40 hours of power reserve. Hacking, you pull out the crown set the time, the seconds hand will stop. It's got the standard Mercedes hands, date at the 3. It is 44 millimeters in diameter, so this is a big boy. It's a big watch, just like the real deal. It is just over 17 thick to a domed sapphire crystal. Super duper thick, right? But it's 1,000 meters, and it's like I said that, I buried the lead. It's 1,000 meters of water resistance. That's insane. So insane pressures, 52 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. And let's just get it over with right now. You do spy a helium escape valve. I'll go over that in a second. Screw down crown on this side too. Beautiful lugs, beautiful crown guards, very squared off. The crown fits nicely within them. So sapphire crystal, inner AR, 22 millimeter bracelet comes with that bonus that you saw. It is solid end link and it is quick release, so it makes quick work to swap out the rubber strap. The bracelet itself is solid link, but it is sized with it's push pins, right? Yeah, it's push pins, which it kind of gets me. Everything else about the watch is so premium. Just the weight of it in the hand, you'd think, okay, the head is a ton and the bracelet's crappy. Nah, it's balanced very well. It's a beautiful clasp. It is reminiscent of the real deal steel. Let's see if I can get my finger under, there it is. This part actually does lever out. There is a micro adjust, and it is hidden, but it is not ratcheting. It is an inner spring bar, which I've seen other watches do. So the holes are blind here, meaning they don't pop through the metal. So you just move that spring bar, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more positions of micro adjust hanging out there. Let's see what else we've got. Nice textured case back with the name Duxot firmly emblazoned. Before we get on to the dial a little more, I think I covered everything. Yeah, $269, which is, to me, actually is insane. So this is a helium escape valve. What the heck is that? Well, it is a one-way valve, and it is a valve that only opens out. What is the idea behind it? If you are, let's face it, most people don't dive with dive watches, but even fewer people have the need for a saturation diver. If you saturation dive, means you're breathing in, you're pre-breathing in high pressure air, so there's dissolved gases in the air. Helium would be one of them, and the helium can get into the watch, but then when you depressurize, when you surface and you decompress, the helium has nowhere to go, and if this valve wasn't here, the helium would simply just pop the crystal of the watch off, because watch crystals are installed this way, down. There is nothing except for friction preventing them from popping out. So the helium escape valve is a one-way valve that only opens out, and it lets the helium escape. We look at the dial, we have a helium release valve at the top, and then professional use. Yes, this is a professional use model. Don't use this, amateurs. Nah, anyone can use this. And again, it's just getting the look for far, far less. This is the blue to black. Really, really nice. Oh, ceramic bezel, by the way, ceramic bezel insert. I'll do the Lume and stuff in just a minute. Let's see. I'm no particular order. I don't know what the hell color I'm grabbing next. This is the brown. You know, I'm usually not a fan of brown, but I do love how they did the brown to black. It's just, you can just see it as I kind of bend the light a bit. Right there, you're catching the brown at the top. Super nice. You know, I wouldn't be bringing these to you guys if I, whoops, wrong watch, if I thought, you know, they were just junky. These are really, I'm really impressed by these. The Atlanticas that we sold, the Henrys that we sold, really, really satisfied customers. And I can tell you just from the returns that we get, you return and you don't like it, that's one thing. But for returns, for issues, certainly well within, normal parameters, normal limits for something with a Seiko movement. This is the maroon or burgundy or red to black. My customers seem to be really happy with them, so I'm happy to try to upsell you on something a little bit nicer. Like I said, the Henry we're gonna have back. That's that Seamaster looking one. I think it's like 160. This is like another $100, but it's definitely a whole level up on presentation, on heft. I was gonna say weight, but heft and weight are like the same thing. But just everything about it. And you heard me on the first one, move the bezel. Man, that is a lovely clickety click. Totally gorge. Yes. And then the last one, is it green? Yeah, it's green. So green to black. Super cool. These are all the Atlantica Deep Dive. They are all model number DX-2066, and then it is -11, -22, -33, -44. As I said, they are limited to I think 125 per color. I have about, I don't know, 20 to 30% of the supply of these. I just ordered a whole bunch of them because I really like them, and I think you folks will too. So that's the end of the Homage kind of Homage thing. But as I said, the Homage talk will continue because the sharp eye that visits my website a lot will notice the Herodia watches have started to, I don't know why I'm doing that. The Herodia watches have started to really come in force, and there was a couple of subby looking like models, and then a date just, and then now a date, all Swiss, really nice. So I want to have that Homage conversation again with you in the near term. I'm going to do a video on those. So this is the Duxot Basa. It looks a lot like a watch I did recently, one of the Cadolas, the Linden Hill. Very similar. I'm pretty sure they're actually made by the same company, so that would kind of jibe. But it doesn't make a difference because we're here for the price. This is gonna come in like 5 dial colors. They called this a gray, but I loved it. It's like more of a champagne. It's kind of has that antique-y kind of feel. Looks so nice. Sorry about the date changing there. It is 11 o'clock, so you can probably tell that this is a Seiko NH movement. Let's go over the specs on this one. I brought 2 to the party, green and this, what they call gray. There's a silver, there's a black, and a blue. That's all 5. I'm about to go over this one. 40 millimeters on that diameter, 14 thick to flat sapphire. It is 47.7 in the case length, right there, lug plug. It is an integrated bracelet, but that's what the case length is. It is a solid screw down case back, sapphire crystal, inner AR. Lovely bracelet with a double push button butterfly, so not much in the way of micro adjust. Boo-hoo-hoo. Whoops. Boo-hoo-hoo. Sorry about that. But that's what you get with a bracelet like this. Weighs about 138 grams. $480 MSRP. $290 low price. I could kind of see that. $139 for a couple of weeks here in January, and then it'll go back up. I have, as I said, 5 colors, and the green and the gray? No. I'm calling it like champagne or something, are 2 of the ones that are available. As I said, this is kind of like an afterthought. The real focus on this video was these guys. Well, I almost forgot to do the wrist, the wrist shot and the Lume shot. But so here's that deep dive. This thing is tremendous. It is weighty. Like I said, so above the bone, about a 6 3/4 inch wrist. I could size it for me. There you go. So if I pull the bracelet taut, that's what you get. It's certainly big for me. I don't think I would wear it, but I know there's plenty of people that can certainly pull this off. I mean, it says something when I don't even have to undo the bracelet to get it off. And here's that Basa from Duxot. Man, this is beautiful. I love this colorway. Vintagey vibes all the way. That kind of champagne-y, very light, kind of a pale salmon. Awesome. I love the screws in the bezel. Man, it looks really nice. And a great bracelet. Let's see the Lume. So here's the Basa automatic. Nothing on the periphery, which is kind of a letdown, so you really can't get a registration mark for your time. But let's see the deep dive, because I know that's going to be cool. Holy smokes, that is crazy. I actually had to turn down the exposure on the camera because it was a little overpowering. That looks super fantastic. Super Luminova C3. Wonderful lume on the bezel and on the watch. So that's it. Yeah, that is it. It has been Mark from longonwatch.com asking you to please check out the Atlantica Deep Dive from Duxot. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, put it down below. I will be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.